The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
The Badger Hockey Digest, presented by Charter Communications.
Welcome to the Badger Hockey Digest, celebrating 50 years of the modern era, from John Riley and Art Thompson to Badger Bob Johnson to Jeff Sauer and head coach Mike Eaves, now in his 11th season with the Wisconsin Badgers, and looking forward to a fun season for sure. But 50 years of the modern era, and the university has put together some great ideas to help promote this long storied tradition.
When you think about 50 years, you're talking 5 decades, you're talking a good span of time, and where this program was getting started again back in 1963, and now we're up to 2013. And the things that have happened, the championships, the players have gone through here that have moved on to pro careers, and it's a terrific story. And one, there's some great stories going back and how Bob helped get this program started. My favorite story is the one where they're out at Hartmeyer and they take a school bus around campus to see if anybody wanted to go to a hockey game. What's a hockey game? Drag them out there, and then that's how you grow a program, starting at the grassroots. But Bob having great enthusiasm and getting this thing going, and look what we have today. Yep,
50 years of hockey in the first year of the Bahn Arena, the practice facility for the men's and women's programs and the competition site for Mark Johnson's Squad 2. And you can see it's a beautiful, beautiful place.
It really is, and it's, I think the best way to talk about it, it's a final jewel in our crown that we call our hockey program. It is a facility that a lot of programs would love to have as their main rink. Mm-hmm. And the women do have it as their main rink, but we as a men's program, we get to practice here in an almost 3,000 seat arena. And then when we go the other way, we get to go to 15,000 seat arena. So it is truly the final jewel in the crown that we call Wisconsin men's hockey.
Yeah, and as we go through the season of the Badger Hockey Digest, we'll take you inside the locker room too, which is pretty sweet, isn't it?
Well, when your pro guys are coming back and they're telling you, man, this is nicer than we have, then you know you have something special.
Yep. Wisconsin opened the season with an exhibition game on Saturday night at the Kohl Center, beat the United States under-18 team 5-0. What did you think?
We had not done this type of scheduling before, where our very first day of practice, we jump on the ice and play a game. I kind of liked it in the fact that we were part-time with the guys for about 10 practices. When I say part-time, we were allowed 2 hours a week, so we split up those 120 minutes into 3 40-minute sessions with our guys on the ice. So those practices had a lot of emphasis because the players knew that they was leading up to our first game, that first official day. So we did some good things. We did some things that we thought we wouldn't do very well. Mm-hmm. But the bottom line, after the game, we came out thinking, summer hockey's over. It's time to get back to our good habits, the way we were playing against that series in Denver, and get going in that direction.
Yeah, the Badgers last season went to Denver, almost upset the Pioneers in the first round of the WCHA playoffs. They hope to build off last season and carry it into the 2012-13 season, which begins this weekend at the Resch Center in Green Bay. We'll have more about that with Mike Eaves coming up on the Badger Hockey Digest.
Football, Wi-Fi, wings, now that's a business plan.
Glad you like it.
Question is, how are you liking Charter Business?
Well, our internet's a lot more powerful than with phone company DSL. It can actually run all this now. Plus, we've got reliable phone and we're saving like crazy.
Another everyday victory. Let me see your in zone dance.
No, I don't dance.
All right, let's just do a flying chest bump and call it a day.
To save over 25% versus the phone company and get up to a $500 gift card, call now.
Well, the Wisconsin Badgers face off the season this weekend at the Resch Center in Green Bay against Northern Michigan. And Mike, you look at your roster and the freshmen and sophomores you had last season, 20 of them are now sophomores and juniors. You're really counting on these two classes.
Well, it makes a big difference, and we notice it on the ice right away. We are so much further down the spectrum. You take a look at the alphabet from A to Z. Last year we knew we were going to be a young team. We thought, well, we'll start around D. We got on the ice, we had to go back to B. We ended up the season further down, and already in practice, our guys know what we're asking of them. So we're starting way further down that spectrum, which says we're a more veteran team, more experienced team, and so we can start picking up on things that we were doing at the end of the year.
Yep. Good leadership core too. John Ramage back, two-time captain, Derek Lee, Frankie Simonelli, and Ryan Little, assistant captains, some pretty good young men to lean on.
And one of the key focuses of our coaching staff, and with having so many guys coming back, is we could push them to take more ownership of this team. Ultimately in the game, whether it's on the ice or the football field, the basketball court, the players win games. They have to make decisions on their own. For hockey coaches, there's not a stick long enough that you make any influence out there, but we want these young men to take more ownership. They've got that experience now, and that'll be a big help for us.
3 freshmen were on the ice in the exhibition game, including Morgan Zelenik, number 15, a left-hander from Kamloops, British Columbia, who found out what to do with the puck. Actually, he knows what to do with the puck. He scored a pretty nice goal.
It was a very nice goal, and those are things that you try to recruit players that have things you don't teach. When they get in those openings or have those opportunities to score, and he scored a very nice goal and did a lot of good things. And a good start for him. Broke the ice, and he's excited for his next game.
Yeah, defenseman Kevin Scholes also scored, and the Badgers have one of the top players in the country back, junior centerman Mark Zangerle, who had 50 points a year ago, the top returning scorer in college hockey. And you think there's a target on his back?
Well, in Europe, the top player on each team wears a golden helmet. He's got that golden helmet on his head, there's no question. But I think he relishes that. It's not the first time he's been a targeted guy in junior hockey. He was averaging 2.5, 3 points a game, so he's used to that. I think he thrives in that. He wants that. He wants to be that guy to go to get points, and he'll lead us offensively for sure.
Mentioned the Badgers open the season at the Resch Center in Green Bay against Northern Michigan. And I know you were back up there a couple of years ago, but in 2006, it's hard to forget what happened in the regional finals in one of the great college hockey games that I've seen.
Well, not very often you're in a triple overtime game, and to win those games in the fashion that we did was spectacular, and it led to more spectacular things happening after that. But the good memories there. It's a fun building to play in. We've played a couple different teams out there, and the crowds have been good. So we're hoping that we have a real good crowd, and we continue our climb here as we get to be a better team.
Yep. And after this weekend, a weekend off, and then the Badgers go to Duluth to open WCHA play, the final year of the WCHA as we know it, then home against Colorado College, and then another bye week. Do you like the way the schedule kind of breaks down?
You know, we're always asked that question about scheduling, and we have very little control over it. The schedule is what it is. I think you learn to deal with it. I've always said that it is what it is, and we'll deal with it and move forward.
Yep, Badgers can certainly work on things after Northern Michigan to get ready for UMD. Looking forward to the hockey season. Hope you follow along as well. No television this weekend from Green Bay, but you can listen online at BadgerSportsNetwork.com. Mike Eaves, Brian Posick, thanks for watching the Badger Hockey Digest.